So please don't leave. One of the we will have a last presentation here on school-based disaster preparedness. It has been mentioned in the last, I think, one of the presentations about the schools being used as areas where people relocate during disasters. So we'd like to beg your indulgence and have a very short 10-minute presentation on school-based disaster preparedness. And we have Sherina Talavera to do the presentation. And another thing too, by the way, please don't forget to fill up the feedback form sheets. So,
It's in the kit.
Magandang umaga po. This is just gonna be quick. This is what Sir Mon was talking about earlier, the ASCEND project, or Advancing Safer Communities and Environments Against Disasters. And this is also an example of what he was saying earlier, the Coalition of the Willing. It's a project of different non-government organizations in partnership with local government agencies and supported by European Commission, Humanitarian Aid, and Civil Protection Department. So, before we go to the school-based disaster preparedness, first, what is the ASCEND project? Updating and moving out phase from our 3 covered municipalities. We are now consolidating and scaling up our gains from the previous Accord and Accord 2 projects regarding disaster risk reduction as well as climate change adaptation. So these are our project areas. As mentioned earlier, Calabanga and Camarines Sur. The address of the municipality is San Miguel Bay, corner Bicol River. So the area is always flooded. So konting ulan lang po at konting pagtaas lang ng tide, a lot of the barangays ay binabaha na. Next is St. Bernard, Southern Leyte. I'm sure we can all still remember the Ginsaogon landslide a couple of years back. This is where Ginsaogon is located. And another one is Maragusan in Compostela Valley in Mindanao. It's a flood-prone area as well as a landslide-prone area. The activities that we have been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, we have community-based disaster risk management training and community-based early warning system. We are focusing on the community-based para yung ownership at saka yung empowerment ng mga tao na nasa mga komunidad ay kasama there. And then we are also conducting community drills, and as earlier mentioned, yung natural resource management bilang small-scale mitigation project. Dahil itong mga areas po na ito ay mataas talaga yung kanilang risk sa disasters. And then, dagdag pa po dito, we're not just focusing on the villages. We are also working in partnership with the local government units, and we are trying to build a model on how to mainstream disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation into the local government processes. Kasi the project won't be there forever. So if the project has ended, we need to have the institutions ready para ipagpatuloy yung mga disaster risk reduction activities. One of the major components of the ASCEND project is the school-based disaster preparedness. For the last phase, we are working in 30 schools in 5 municipalities, but now we have narrowed down to 3 municipalities and we are covering 49, initially 49 schools, but now we're counting we're gonna cover 59 schools. So these 59 schools that the disaster preparedness project will cover are the schools within the barangays covered by another project, which is the food facility project, of which CNDR is also part. Ito pong food facility project na ito ay isa sa mga vulnerability reduction na mga proyekto para sa ating mga communities. So what are we doing in schools? And first, why are we there? Why do we need to include the schools? Sa panahon po ng emergency, ang mga schools ay isa sa mga pinaka-vulnerable. At ang mga bata na to, dahil yun, mga bata sila, isa rin sila sa mga pinaka-vulnerable sectors in times of emergencies. So we have to prepare them. We have to help them. We have to help them become resilient. And then another thing is that we have to realize the we have to realize the strategic role of the education sector to build yung tinatawag natin na culture of preparedness among the youth. And this is also one of the sustainability measures of the ASCEND project na yun nga kahit matapos na yung proyekto, nandoon pa rin at sana ay ma-institutionalize natin ang DRR sa mga communities at sa mga schools na ito. Here are the activities that we have done in the past and we will be scaling them up for the ASCEND project. Risk assessment and contingency planning in schools where the teachers and the school heads sit together, they assess their situations and they come up with contingency plans on what they will be doing in times of emergencies because the areas are really high risk. So we also conduct earthquake drills for the students to become really prepared in case an earthquake occurs. And then for the classroom discussions, the teachers sat down, gumawa po sila ng lesson plans. Makikita natin dun sa isang picture, may pinapanood yung na video yung mga bata. Yung pong video na to ay ginawa noong 2007 sa unang phase ng Accord. Kasama po ang ABS-CBN Foundation, ang CNBR, ang iba pang mga organizations like Oxfam, Plan International, Care Netherlands. We produced a three set video on earthquakes, on typhoons and floods, and then on climate change. And then the teachers from our covered schools, they sat down, they made the lesson plans on how they can teach the DRR, TDRR messages to the students. So ayan, ganyan po ang itsura nila pag nasa mga schools sa ating mga communities. And then afterwards, to check their retention, we conduct art contests and quiz bees on disaster risk reduction. Ayan. And then yun po, tulad nung nabanggit ko kanina, we are now looking for the DRR messages to become really part of the school curriculum. Given the limitations of the project, ang tinitingnan po natin ay ma-integrate ang DRR in one subject in one level. We are currently working with the Department of Education on how this will proceed. And then, lahat po ng mga activities na nabanggit na gagawin ng proyekto ay contribution din natin dun sa tinatawag na 1 Million Safe Schools and Hospitals campaign of the UNISDR. They launched this global campaign so that communities, local government units, private citizens can pledge kung ano ba yung kaya nilang makontribute para makabuo tayo ng mga safe na schools and hospitals. Ayan. So yun, ano po ba ano bang tinatawag na safe school? So this is what the ISDR says. So it provides a learning environment where hindi lang sa panahon ng disaster kundi pati sa normal na mga panahon ay ligtas ang mga bata at pati yung mga staff and teachers na nandoon din. Sinasabi din nila na ang school para maging safe ay dapat matibay ang kanyang infrastructure at sana hindi siya bibigay or hindi siya makakadagdag dun sa vulnerability ng ating mga schools. So, ayun, nagbibigay rin po sila ng focus doon sa promoting the culture of safety at saka doon sa awareness din ng mga students and ng faculty na this is our situation. We are, ito yung mga potential na mga damages na pwedeng mangyari sa atin. So there, how can we help? The Safe School, 1 Million Safe Schools and Hospitals campaign has a website wherein we can pledge. You can pledge as an advocate or as a leader or as a champion kung saan tingin natin papasok yung mga pwede nating i-contribute doon sa pagbubuo nito mga safe schools na to. So how can this be translated concretely? Ano ba yung mga current na needs ng ating mga covered schools? So we can provide support to the teachers' trainings dahil po sabi natin limited ang ating resources at limited lang din yung schools na covered. We cannot do it dun sa lahat ng schools na covered na areas. And then we also have information and education campaign materials like training manuals for teachers and for communities as well. videos and flyers on disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation. We also have flip charts na nagsisilbing teaching aids para dun sa ating mga teachers para mas madali nilang ma-discuss sa mga bata yung mga DRR messages. Ayan po, no, makikita natin, so there, we can also provide TV sets and DVD players, books and educational videos, and we can also support the retrofitting of schools, school fence, bathroom, drainage, library. Makikita po natin, ano, napaka-basic na needs ng mga schools na ito. Wala pa tayo doon sa sinasabi natin na disaster proofing or doon sa climate proofing ng ating mga schools. So, ganito po yung itsura ng ating mga schools. Marami pang kailangan gawin, pero ito yung concretely, no? Ito yung mga pwede nating masimulan na gawin, and then eventually we can progress into disaster proofing and, you know, climate proofing of our schools and our communities. So, yan po, dito na muna po ako magtatapos. At sana po, no, mag-contribute tayo doon sa 1 million Safe Schools and Hospitals campaign. At sana hindi lang safe schools at safe hospitals. Kasi ang tinatanaw naman po natin, sana, no, kahit na hazard-prone area, hazard-prone talaga ang Pilipinas, at sa ngayon, mataas ang ating vulnerabilities, nagpapataas din ang ating risk sa disasters. Hopefully, in the future, with all of us working together, makabuo po tayo ng isang safe na nation. Maraming salamat po.
So, thank you very much. And you have a website where they can, if they have any questions.
Regarding the Safe Schools and Hospitals campaign, I was not able to put it here, pero the website is this. Ayan po. And apart from pledging dun sa website ng 1 Million Safe Schools and Hospitals campaign, we can also talk to Kay. Ayan, kung paano natin gagawin. The project being parang, ang tinatanong po namin ay we could facilitate partnerships between the schools and different corporations and different foundations on how they can really support these schools and make them safe for our children.
So with that, we'd like to thank our speakers and we'd like to thank our participants for joining us this morning. This is part of a series of fora that we have around a range of topics. I think the next one that we're planning is around crisis management, especially in the light of, I mean, we've had these discussions before, but I think what brings it to light is what happened, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? So please watch out for our future announcements, and thank you for attending this morning's activity.